It smelled richly spicy, exactly how elderly Mama Adana preferred her favorite meals. Yet something felt terribly wrong in that quiet moment of domestic routine. Benjamin Obinna, renowned billionaire tech CEO and respected Nigerian businessman, stood hidden nearby. He positioned himself silently behind the slightly ajar luxurious kitchen door, watching intently. His eyes suddenly widened in complete disbelief, while his heart pounded hard. Before him stood his wife Monica, married to him for 10 full years. She bent over the special plate prepared for his 85-year-old mother. In her hand, she clutched a small, mysterious bottle with visible tension. Her fingers trembled as she carefully poured clear liquid into the rice. She stirred it gently into the steaming hot jollof rice portion. Nervously glancing around the room, she remained unaware of his presence. Benjamin felt his breath catch sharply in his throat from shock. His vision blurred quickly with overwhelming confusion, deep fear, and rising rage. He desperately did not want to believe what his eyes clearly saw. Not Monica, the woman he had cherished and protected for a decade. Yet the undeniable evidence unfolded right there in front of him. She quickly zipped the bottle into a velvet pouch in her handbag. Then she wiped her hands thoroughly clean using a nearby napkin. Just then she turned to carry the tray of tainted food away. "Monica," Benjamin suddenly thundered, his powerful voice echoing through the kitchen. She froze instantly in place, completely startled by his unexpected call. Her wide eyes darted immediately toward him with growing panic visible. Her mouth opened wide, yet no coherent words escaped her lips. The food tray trembled violently in her suddenly unsteady grasp. "So this is what you have tragically become now," Benjamin declared. He stepped fully into the bright kitchen light, confronting her directly. "You actually want to kill my precious elderly mother without remorse, a woman who has only ever shown you unconditional love and protection." Monica's hands suddenly released the tray, letting it crash loudly down. Jollof rice scattered everywhere across the clean tiled kitchen floor. The sharp breaking plate sound paled against the heavy silence afterward. I can explain everything," she whispered weakly while kneeling down. "Explain then," Benjamin snapped angrily, his own voice trembling with emotion. "Explain attempting to feed deadly poison to an innocent 85-year-old woman. Tell me exactly how you transformed into someone so utterly heartless." Monica suddenly burst into uncontrollable tears, overwhelmed by guilt and fear. "It was the devil influencing me. I swear it truly wasn't. It was Sandra who convinced me with her poisonous words. She claimed Mama was the sole reason I remained childless forever. She insisted Mama practiced witchcraft and cursed my womb deliberately." Benjamin stepped backward slowly, his pained face twisting in deep agony. "And you foolishly believed her wild accusations without any question. You chose that nonsense over 10 solid years of proven love." At that tense moment, Mama Adana entered slowly from the living room. She had heard the loud commotion and came with her walking stick. Her elderly face showed initial confusion at the chaotic kitchen scene. But seeing Monica kneeling and crying amid scattered food changed everything. She immediately understood that something truly terrible had just occurred. "Mama," Benjamin said softly, tears now forming in his saddened eyes. "She actually tried to poison the food meant for you." Mama Adana gasped loudly in shock, clutching her chest tightly. "What, Monica? My dear, is this horrifying accusation really true?" Her frail hand shook as she leaned heavily on the counter. "Is this truly what happened here in our family kitchen?" Monica could not answer at all, paralyzed by overwhelming shame. Her lips moved silently, but absolutely no sound emerged forth. Only her flowing tears spoke volumes about her inner turmoil. "I always treated you exactly like my own biological daughter, even when you were clearly wrong. I defended you staunchly. I often told Benjamin not to argue harshly with you. I protected and loved you deeply throughout all these years. I'm truly sorry," Monica whispered softly while sobbing uncontrollably now. "I never really wanted to do it. I felt so confused. Sandra kept insisting you blocked my ability to bear children. She repeatedly claimed you were the reason for my barrenness. Then you are indeed a complete fool," Mama Adena responded sadly. Her own tears now flowed freely, matching Monica's emotional outpouring. "Sandra is that bitter, divorced and jobless girl you trusted. That's exactly who you chose to believe over family loyalty." Benjamin stood motionless for a long moment, processing the betrayal. Then he bent down and gathered some poisoned food carefully. "Eat it right now," he commanded, placing it before her. Monica looked up immediately in absolute horror and disbelief. "No," Please have mercy. I truly cannot eat this. Eat it, or immediately pack your belongings and leave forever." His voice remained flat and cold, devoid of former warmth. Monica cried even harder, shaking her head in desperate refusal. "I cannot do it. Please understand, I simply cannot." "Exactly my point," he replied firmly, while standing tall again. "You refuse because you know precisely what deadly substance is inside. So why on earth should my innocent mother consume it?" That sleepless night, Benjamin paced restlessly throughout the large mansion. He called his trusted lawyer repeatedly while pondering dark thoughts. How could pure love transform into something so dangerously twisted? All because of malicious lies whispered by a jealous friend. By early morning, the lawyer arrived carrying prepared divorce papers. Monica stood sadly at the door, face swollen from non-stop crying. "Benjamin, please reconsider," she pleaded weakly one final time. "You have already destroyed everything beautiful we once shared. Now, it is truly time for us to let go." He handed her the official divorce documents without further discussion. Then he turned away decisively, ending all pleas permanently. Monica packed her personal bags quietly in profound silence. The luxurious house she once proudly called home belonged no more. With trembling hands she dragged her heavy suitcase toward Sandra's. Sandra had been her supposed last remaining hope and ally, but Sandra hissed angrily upon seeing her defeated appearance. She slammed the door harshly right in Monica's tear-streaked face. "I merely gave you some honest advice back then. You were foolish enough to actually follow it blindly. Go away and deal completely with your own mess." Monica stood frozen there for many long, agonizing minutes. Her suitcase sat beside her, while shame overwhelmed her chest. With absolutely nowhere else left, she returned to her village. Her shameful story soon became widespread village gossip material. A woman daring to poison her own mother-in-law. God forbid. Those words greeted Monica upon arriving at her father's compound. The hot sun beat down heavily as she dragged her bag. She walked slowly along the dusty path to the small gate. Her sweaty clothes clung uncomfortably to her exhausted body. Her red eyes reflected deep inner pain and hollow soul. Village children playing nearby stopped abruptly to whisper curiously. Women soon gathered at doorways with arms folded scornfully. Their judgmental eyes followed Monica's every slow, weary step. "Is that not Monica who tried poisoning her rich mother-in-law? Yes, she has returned disgracefully to our simple village now. From luxurious banana island life to dusty bush paths indeed. Life can be unpredictably funny and harshly ironic." Monica's heavy heart sank even deeper with each passing step. Her father, Mr. Anderson, sat peeling mangoes on a bench. His facial expression remained unchanged upon sighting his daughter. He glanced briefly at her swollen face, then looked away. Her worried mother rushed out quickly from inside the house. "Monica, my precious daughter," she cried, embracing her tightly. But Mr. Anderson rose quietly and entered the house silently. He offered no welcoming words or comforting gesture whatsoever. That particular night became the longest Monica ever experienced. She could not eat anything despite her mother's gentle urging. She lay uncomfortably on the hard mat in her old room. Staring endlessly at the cracked ceiling brought no peace. Street voices echoing gossip kept replaying painfully in her mind. She recklessly threw away a billionaire marriage due to jealousy. That's exactly what happens when keeping failed toxic friends. Who knows if she even planned killing her husband next? Villagers agreed the deepest pain was not public shame alone. True regret tormented Monica more than any external judgment. Mama Adana's kind face haunted her thoughts relentlessly every night. That elderly woman had loved her genuinely, like a daughter. She often cooked Monica's favorite agusi soup early in mornings. She frequently scolded Benjamin for not treating Monica better always. She urged patience during Monica's unpredictable mood swings patiently. Monica sobbed deeply into her pillow, releasing pent-up sorrow. The following weeks proved completely unbearable for her daily life. Market visits drew pointing fingers and harsh judgmental whispers. Some villagers openly called her a dangerous practicing witch. Others sternly warned daughters against ending up like her. Yet, amid constant rejection, an inner change slowly stirred. A quiet personal voice, long silenced by pride, spoke again. "You cannot ever change the irreversible past events, Monica, but you certainly can change who you become henceforth." One bright morning she rose, determined to start anew. She washed her tired face and tied her old wrapper. Then she walked purposefully to the local village health center. The facility was small, under-equipped, and poorly funded overall. She approached the matron bravely and requested volunteer work. The surprised matron asked if she truly wanted free labor. "Yes, please," Monica replied quietly with sincere, humble eyes. "I currently have no money but desperately want to help." The matron hesitated initially but eventually heard her full story. Seeing genuine humility shining in Monica's eyes changed her mind. She kindly agreed to let Monica begin volunteering immediately. Monica started learning essential basic medical assistance skills daily. She practiced dressing wounds, assisting births, comforting frightened patients. Every single day she walked long distances under scorching sun. She swept the compound, fetched water, supported lonely pregnant women. At night, she returned home physically sore and utterly tired. Yet something positive was gradually changing deep within her. For the very first time in many years, she felt useful. Back in bustling Lagos, Benjamin immersed himself deeply in work. He attended endless meetings and forged new business partnerships daily. Yet his broken heart still ached from Monica's shocking betrayal. Even after finalizing the divorce, he stared at empty bedsides. He often hesitated before finally deleting her saved contact details. Mama Adana tried comforting her son during his quiet pain. She herself felt profound loss but rarely mentioned Monica's name. Late nights, she gazed tearfully at their old wedding photo. One evening, Benjamin found his mother quietly praying alone. He sat beside her, asking if she was truly all right. She smiled weakly, admitting thoughts of Monica troubled her. Benjamin acknowledged the terrible act, but Mama saw deeper potential. She believed Monica was misled rather than inherently evil. Benjamin admitted the wound remained deep and healing slow. Mama suggested eventual visit for personal closure and peace. 2 years passed, bringing new positive turns in Benjamin's life. He met Amanda, a brilliant, kind-hearted, talented software engineer. Their relationship developed, slowly building strong intellectual, emotional bonds. Amanda proved grounded, patient, and brimming with innovative ideas. Together they restructured his company, expanding into educational applications. They launched free coding boot camps for underprivileged rural youth. One joyful August morning, Amanda delivered a healthy baby boy. They proudly named their son Uch, symbolizing God's time. Holding his son brought tears melting away years of pain. Mama Adana beamed joyfully, witnessing her grandson's safe arrival. Yet she mentioned hearing positive changes in Monica's village life. Benjamin felt softer emotions like pity emerging alongside forgiveness. Mama insisted Monica had genuinely transformed for the better. Benjamin agreed it might be time for closure visit. Next day they drove to the village with new family. Monica froze, seeing Benjamin, Amanda, Mama Adana, and baby Uch. She dropped everything, bursting into repentant tears on knees. Benjamin knelt, assuring her he came solely for true forgiveness. He acknowledged her broken state and misleading toxic influence. He introduced his new wife, Amanda, and son, Uch, proudly. Mama Adana gently touched her shoulder, offering complete forgiveness. Monica's parents also stepped forward, apologizing with deep regret. Benjamin shocked everyone, announcing plans to rebuild their family house. He proposed building a modern maternity hospital in Monica's name. Monica gasped, asking why, after all the terrible pain caused. Benjamin explained, sometimes kindness and grace must ultimately win. 7 months later, Kindness Maternity Hospital stood magnificently completed. Villagers gathered excitedly, marveling at the beautiful cream-colored building. Monica stood proudly in nurse gown, overseeing the commissioning ceremony. The event celebrated redemption, grace, and powerful second chances. Mama, Adana, Amanda, and young Uch attended with warm support. They toured spotless rooms equipped with modern medical facilities. Monica shared her completed midwifery certification and hired staff.